and we'll get that option. But
All right, it's 6 o'clock. I'm going to call the committee meeting to order, but I have a few comments to make before we get started. Out there, I had a lot of people talk to me that have been watching this online and saying we quite really don't understand it, the process, everything, how the meeting goes. So I'm going to briefly go over this. We call the meeting to order, folks. The first item is there's committees. And the first item is always the Personnel Committee, and that's chaired by Trustee Jablonski. Anything that falls under trustee, she will be bringing it up and talking about it. We next go to the Finance Committee, chaired by Trustee Lanner, and we'll talk about the finances. We'll talk about the bills, budget. Then we go to Judiciary Committee, that's chaired by Trustee Lewis, and he'll bring up anything that he has under the Judiciary. Community and Economic Development is Trustee Lanner. If there's things to be talked about on the Community and Economic Development, things will be talked about there. The next goes to Trustee McGuire, which is the Public Safety Committee, and that's the Police and Fire. So things that may come up with the Police and Fire Department, such as things of them going to training or equipment, that will be coming up during that. Now, in these committee meetings, if there's something that needs to go to the regular meeting, that will make a motion to forward this to the board. And then that item gets forwarded to the board, which at the regular meeting gets the official vote on the project. After Public Safety is Public Works, and then again, that's Trustee McGuire. That's your street department, sewer department, and things like that. Then comes the Cultural Committee by Trustee Lewis. This is a wide variety of things that get brought up under cultural that Trustee Lewis may bring forward. And then we finish off with the Swansea report, and that is chaired by Trustee Jablonski. And that's the trustee or the report that you see, the Swansea report you see coming out every couple months, which I know we're going to be talking about, and probably move that up to once a month so more information can be coming out to you. So that's how the committee meeting runs. When we get to the regular meeting, I'll explain that again real quickly. There's a few extra things that happen during that meeting. I wanted to bring out a couple other things. I got a letter from Mr. Jim Fields, a concerned citizen. It states, I was wondering, with tree trustees affiliated with the Swansea Fire Department, how do you expect any resolutions related to the fire department, equipment, personnel, pay increases, etc., to come out of committee for action by the board? With a 6-member committee, you need 4 votes to forward any issue onto the board for action. I certainly hope the 3 trustees affiliated with the fire department realize the conflict and ethically choose to abstain. Now, the 3 members that, the only 3 members I can see that he's talking about affiliated would be Matt Lanner, who's a current active assistant fire chief. He's been almost 30 years, Matt, on the fire department.
Yes.
12 years plus as a trustee. And he's a businessman in town construction. Brian McGuire, who's a business owner of a roofing company, he is retired as the captain of the fire department. And then Sherman Pochek, a new member of trustee, is a business owner, and he's a volunteer chaplain at the fire department. So I knew my thoughts on this, that yes, Matt Lanner would have a conflict and probably should not vote on issues with the fire department sitting on the board. Brian McGuire is a retired captain of the fire department, and Sherman Pochek is a volunteer chaplain at the fire department. They have no financial interest in anything to do with a vote that would come before the board. And they have no fiduciary responsibility. I got this, that was my own thoughts, but I wanted to clarify that. So I contacted the state's attorney's office and talked to Mr. Allen, who works in the government division, to ask. His thoughts with Matt Lanner were considered the same as mine. It would be a conflict. But that retired Fire Captain McGuire, who no longer does anything for the fire department, and volunteer chaplain, who's only out here on the goodness of his heart, would not have a conflict. He had further stated to me that there is a database that he has access to from opinions of the Attorney General's office of the state of Illinois, and that he was going to research this, which he did. And he called me up the next day and he goes, confirmed that his thoughts were accurate and that they're in the database. He found no scenarios which conflicted on this particular issue. So I'm going to say and go with the decision that, yes, I agree that Matt Lanner should not vote on fire department issues, but there's no conflict of interest for Brian McGuire or Sherman Pochek.
Can I add something to that?
Yes, sir.
Per Illinois State Statute, the Public Act 94-316 allows firefighters to be candidates for elected public office and to serve in the office if elected. This includes serving the city council in the municipality where they were employed as a firefighter. State law says we can.
This issue's been vetted multiple times by Attorney Kurowski, the IML General Counsel. Every time the board changes, we seem to have this same issue come up. And it's been clearly stated from the Attorney General's office and from IML that I'm not supposed to vote on anything that directly affects my compensation. Buying a fire truck for the village has no direct benefit to me, just as it doesn't have any more benefit to anybody else in this room, except for when our house is on fire. So the compensation issue, and actually it goes into the specifics of, I'm not allowed to vote on anything that specifically is just for me. I can still by precedent, vote on a pay raise that goes for all firefighters. I don't, and I haven't, but that's not against court precedent, legal precedent. So I guess we'll just continue to bring up the issue every couple of years and talk about it. But it's been vetted multiple times. I will continue to vote on issues that relate to the fire department because I'm allowed to, and I won't do anything that has any personal gain for me, but I will do what I think is good for the fire department and what's good for the citizens of Swansea.
And I'm going to add to that he did tell me that obviously for monetary, that's absolute, should not. But as far as, like you just said, equipment, et cetera, that it benefits everybody in the town. So everybody would benefit from the new equipment, upgraded equipment, et cetera, because we all have a stake in that. So I'm done with that. The next thing I want to address, Chris Allen. The next item I'm going to go to is I got another mail from Mr. Fields. Said on Friday, July 11th, 2025 at 7:15 a.m., a Swansea crew from the Public Works Department, they included a backhoe, dump truck, and several employees removed a mailbox from one, I'm not going to give the address, Papillon, on Thursday, July 17, 2025. Says I sent an email asking about the details involving the village expending public resources, equipment, manpower, tax dollars to remove a mailbox. You have failed to answer my question, which is not unexpected, since you consistently fail to answer questions. Well, I'm going to say this about that. Once I get something, I look into it before I answer it. I was a detective. I never answered anything or made any kind of assumption about anything until I looked at all the facts that I was able to find out. That's just the way I operate. It's the way I will continue to operate. You don't like it? I'm so sorry. So my answer to that is the police department had a 1050, a truck versus a brick mailbox. They tried to move some of the items themselves. It was too heavy. They called for Public Works to come out and give them a hand. Public Works came out with a backhoe, with a dump truck, and a few people. They picked up all the debris that was in the street and the sidewalk. They did pick up a larger piece of brick that was still in the residence yard. As it turned out, the residence was a single lady, about 50-something years old. So they spent about 2 minutes putting that in the truck by the backhoe. I have absolutely no issue with our staff, and you can tell them, and you, Rick, thank you for taking care of a citizen because you went out on a call from the police department. You didn't go out there to do somebody's mailbox. You went out there because the police department called you. You saw a little bit further of the damage and the debris, somebody's yard that could not be lifted by hand. You're already there. You took it under your own will to do that. Congratulations. Well done. That's all I have to say on that stuff. The other thing I wanted to, I'll bring this under public comment. This is something I got by an open house. So moving on, Personnel Committee, Trustee Jablonski.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm opening Personnel Committee at 6:10, and we're going to open going into executive session. The appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee of the public body or against legal counsel for the public body to determine its validity. 5 ILCS 120/2E1. Make a motion to go into executive session.
A second.
All in favor? Aye. We're in executive session, folks. I'm going to mute this to the public now. We'll be back and hopefully in 10, 15, maybe 5.
Thanks.
Now,
All right, we're back on the record and we're live on TV.
I'll make a motion to come out of executive session.
Someone else beat me to it.
Second.
Hold on. My computer had to start faster.
You got a motion in a second?
Yes. All in favor coming out of
Aye.
executive session, please.
Aye.
Opposed?
absent is trustee Lewis for the record.
We lost trustee Lewis. Thank you. We've got a travel request for Carrie. Ben, do you want to speak on this, or Carrie? One of you?
This is the annual Government Finance Officers Association. This position has attended this conference every year. I don't know if there's anything else.
It's really the best conference for my position.
Any questions from the board?
Motion to forward it to the board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Chief, I understand we have a resignation to accept.
Yes, been on call firefighter Cody Kadelka, put in 22 and a half years of dedication to the village. He decided that he's going to spend more of a time with his son and focusing on the rest of his life, and asked to resign from the fire department.
Understood. A motion to accept the resignation.
Second.
Can we amend his name in the record here? It's,
Please do.
we have Kakelka, which should be a D, not a K.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you.
Lori, did you catch that?
Yes.
Thank you so much. All in favor in accepting the resignation?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Chief, will you please thank him for his service on behalf of the Board of Trustees? Thank you. I'm using my bookmarks, not moving the hang. There we go. Next is approval of a job description for Director of Human Resources. So we have that put together, and I'd like to present a motion to approve the job description as presented.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And then I've got a pay rate letter. We're going to do an amendment on that particular letter for Christina. Authorized, received a pay rate effective with this particular position. The amount increase is going to be 100,000 annually, the previous rate being 90,000. I'd like to make a motion to present that to the board.
Motion to forward it to the board.
Need a second, please?
I'll second that.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed.
And then Brian McGuire, you've got something under personnel with regards to our part-time duty firefighters. Do you want to speak to that?
Yeah, I've mentioned it, I believe, at the last meeting, just for everybody to kind of get a heads up. Chief Little and Chief May both have been working hard to try and find some of the daytime, part-time firefighters. Typically, you're grabbing them from other departments that they come and work their days off. I didn't feel we had much pushback when I mentioned jumping it from 15 to 19, so I asked Ben to put a resolution together to see if we could get it approved. Gives them another tool in their bag to try and recruit a few more. This is based on the average of kind of what we were seeing departments in our area paying. So we're not really higher, we're lower than one or two, but not by much, but it's kind of it came out to like 18.75, 1875. So we just kind of rounded it to 19 to be right there with a couple other departments.
And the whole purpose of this is to get firefighters during the day when it's hard to get volunteers coming out?
Correct.
So will this be for all firefighters or just for those on day shift?
Just the day shift, part-time not the paid on call guys. This would just be for the, what the actual title is.
Duty officer.
Duty crew.
And just for the record, that is the only position that is paid on an hourly basis from the fire department. Others are per training or per fire call.
What's the impact on the budget if we make this change?
We would likely go over our line item. We did decrease this line item this year in the budget, largely because we were unable to attract enough employees to work those shifts last year. So the line item went largely unused. We brought that down. If we increase this, the effect on the line item would probably be twofold. I would assume we're going to have more shifts covered, which is the stated goal. But of course, increasing that rate from 15 to 19 will, put that line item a little bit more to the red as well. Big picture, I would imagine at the very worst, because we've already had, a few months of plenty of shifts going uncovered, so there's a little wiggle room in there. I think at very worst, less than $10,000 impact by the end of the year.
And to me, $10,000 for what I always talk about, readiness. We call the fire department, you call the police department, you want them to come. Small price to pay when your house is on fire or you need their help for other things.
We would actually have to kind of watch and see how many we get, and then we can probably give you a more accurate, but right now, we don't even know if we'll attract more. We're just thinking, they've spoke with some of the people that they've talked to, and they're thinking that that's part of the reason they're not coming here. So, but it may not be. It may be some other reason. And
Well, I hope that's it so we can get the coverage.
Yeah.
So can I just ask, a silly question, is if we knew that we weren't attracting based upon $15 an hour during the budget process, and we actually pulled this amount down in the budget, why didn't we talk about raising the budget and raising pay at that point? Why are we now just talking about this?
well, I think part of the problem is you had two changes since that budget was put together. How much budget did you work on?
The part-time budget, I did work a little bit more on that. What I asked for was a little bit higher than what was equated, but in that process, it was described to me that we're not using it. We don't have the personnel applying for it, so they're gonna cut it. Since then, we have put on 2 part-time duty crew members, and anybody else that we are soliciting said we're not coming to you for $15 an hour. That is more of a conversation that George has had with some of his comrades. So I can't really speak to that other than the hearsay of what Deputy Chief May is telling me.
I think part of it was timing. You had your new chief coming in, and now you've got a new deputy chief. And
Well, who said in the process that no one's applying or taking these positions, so it's going to get cut?
That was the initial discussion with, during the finance and budgetary meetings, that line item was gonna get cut down because we were not.
So who was in that meeting?
I was.
Okay.
Generally, if we have a line item where we have funds unexpended, and we don't see an opportunity to be able to expend them in the future, it doesn't make a lot of sense to build additional funds into the budget that we don't anticipate being able to use. That was the logic, and that was discussed at the broader board meeting when we went over the budget. So we're looking to make that change now.
and that was a historic not used number.
Correct.
Multiple years, we didn't even come close to the number we were budgeting.
Correct.
So we don't know if it's going to help fill the position or not, but it gives them another thing to try and use. I'll entertain a motion to forward it to the board.
I'll make a motion to forward it to the board.
Got a motion over here. Would you like to be a second? Carrie?
Yeah. Second.
All right, so we've got a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Last piece on here is for Chief, and I missed it because I was bouncing around here. Apologies. Recognition of Daniel Volker.
Thank you, trustee Jaworski. I apologize. I got late notice from Officer Belker. He had a conflict and could not attend tonight. But I just wanted to make you aware of some fantastic work that he did outside of work. So we have a fraternal organization at the police department that we take in dues. The money just kind of sits there. We use the money to do like shadow boxes upon retirements and retirement gifts for officers at that time. About 18 months ago, we started thinking about, well, what can we do to raise money to give to charities and stuff like that? And Dan stood up and was like, let's do a golf tournament. Now, I did a golf tournament years ago, and it was very labor intensive, very difficult to organize and to carry out. Well, he took it on his shoulders, and he just absolutely knocked it out of the park. We were sold out. We had 36 teams. The sponsors he got, the donations he got. It was a very, very successful event. I wanted to let you know that as a result of his efforts, he was able to, or the FOP was able to do these things. We made a donation to the Tyler Timmons Foundation on behalf of the Fairview Heights officers that were in that incident a couple months ago. We contributed funds to the Illinois State Police Team Illinois Youth Camp that recently occurred. We're making a donation to the Gretz First Responders Foundation, and we'll be contributing money to the Swansea Fire Department safety trainings. That's forthcoming. We also did purchase the shadow box for Sergeant Wazalek, who just retired. And you're aware of the project we have going on in our basement. We're putting a new workout facility down there. They're paying for some nice artwork. It's going to be our patch and then the FOP shield behind all of our workout equipment. So through his efforts, we were able to help a lot of different organizations and do a lot of things for our people as well. So that's why I was going to recognize him with you again. He sends his apologies that he couldn't be here, but I just wanted you to know how fantastic he did.
Now, Chief, the workout equipment, am I right in hearing that was all donated?
So they're going tomorrow to, I believe it's Planet Fitness in Missouri to pick up some of it. We got a grant for a bunch of other equipment, brand new equipment that's down there. So if you get time, swing by the PD and come check it out. You will not believe what our basement looks like now.
No, I've seen it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not getting in the weight room with them guys.
That's awesome.
I understand.
Well, if you would, please also extend the appreciation of the Board of Trustees to him for taking on that responsibility and helping our community. I would like to coordinate with you so that we can go thank him personally.
Absolutely.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you.
And Chief, will you tell him, I think I may have told you this already, but I was in that tournament with former Sheriff Lakin from Madison County, who always had a tournament. And he told me this is the best first year tournament he's been part of.
Great.
Again, tell him great. Thank you.
And with that, Mayor, I'd like to close Personnel Committee at 6:55 PM, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, well, finance at 6:55. Only item on the agenda is the general fund analysis. Carrie, do you want to start the conversation about that?
Sure. So we're month 2 into our new fiscal year. The biggest thing to note this time is I did do a quarter a capital projects transfer. We always have, transfer money from the general fund to the capital projects fund to cover, capital project expenses that are coming. I did do I transferred a quarter of that this time for $215,000. In previous years, a lot of times they would transfer like half right away in May. Don't really need that much in the capital projects fund right away in May. So in June, I just did 25%, and I'll transfer more as we have any more expenses throughout the year. So that's the biggest one. Property taxes started coming in this month in July, so you'll start seeing that next month's report. Last year, you'll see that there was some property taxes in there last year, but that was when we were receiving that the veterans property tax exemption. They were doing that additional allocation, but that was not funded this year by the state of Illinois, so we're not getting that this year, which we did know that ahead of time for the budget. But you'll see that that's where why there was some property taxes in June of last year and none this year. Other than that, everything else we're running right on track for what we've got so far for the first 2 months of the year. So
What capital projects were were funded by the payment, or is that for roads or?
No, so that is for like, any mowers, equipment purchases, vehicles, those kinds of things that are already budgeted. We have some that have already been approved. They have not been expended yet. We go ahead and transfer the money in there, and then that way it's there for use when, things are approved and when they're expended.
Okay, thank you.
I think I'll also point out, we had budgeted for Sergeant Wazalek to retire. We thought it was going to be much later in the year. He retired in May, June, whichever it was. So we had a lump sum payout for that, which is, a little bit of a timing issue because we thought he would be here probably 3 or 4 or 5 more months. I don't remember exactly what we budgeted. So we also had some kind of one-time payments for PGAV and some legal bills that were related to Triple Lakes, which again, that was, payments early in the year. And it's not unusual for us to potentially have some negative months early in the year before we start collecting real estate taxes. So I understand 287 is a big number, but it's also not out of the ordinary.
Last year, we had a negative of, I went back and looked, we had like a negative of 175 or something like that. In July.
It would be helpful to know, just going forward, if those for capital purchases, if we've already approved those purchases, which makes up that number, or what's in that number, versus like tonight, we're being asked to, purchase a truck. Is that accounted for in the 215, or is that additional?
Yeah,
It's coming.
it is.
The capital is on the next page, is on the second page of
Yeah, so
this.
we have budgeted $860,400 in capital purchases for this year.
Right.
That money is always transferred from general fund to cover those expenses. In years prior, before I was here, they were always done, like, half of it was done in May 1st, and then the other half was done later on in the year as purchases came. I'd say the need to capital to, transfer the whole amount, or even half the amount right now, because we don't have that much coming out of it yet. But eventually, the 860 will be transferred out of general fund to pay for all of these budget items that are in capital projects.
Does anybody have any specific questions or any comments under general fund analysis?
Motion to close.
Well,
Or do you-
let's run through it real quick. So we have sewer. It was a billing month, so sewer is a positive 446,000, give or take, for the month. And then the second page, motor fuels, 83.5 to the positive, capital projects, 193 to the positive, and the non-home rule is 41,000 to the positive, so.
I mentioned too, in MFT, I forgot to mention that earlier too. We also, in June of each year, we also received that additional high growth cities amount that they allocate each year, that they say is gonna go away and we keep allocating it. So we did receive that payment, so that's why the MFT revenues are a little bit higher this month, than normal, because we did get that additional payment as well.
Which is good, because we have a slightly larger than normal road program this year to try and get caught up, so that helps.
Okay, if no other questions, I'll make a motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We'll close at 7:02.
Judiciary, Mr. Lewis, anything?
Nothing currently at this time.
Okay. Community and Economic Development, Mr. Lanner?
Nothing?
Public safety, Mr. McGuire.
I'll open up public safety at 7:02. First thing on the agenda is a resolution accepting the price quotation for $21,115.08 submitted by Axon Enterprises. It's for 3 in-car video recording system cameras for the police department.
Of note here, the state has a program where we'll get reimbursed for all of that. So just so you guys know. This will be in and out.
I'll make a motion to forward to the board for consideration.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Second thing on the agenda is a resolution for the purchase of a 2025 F-250 for the Swansea Fire Department duty vehicle. At the purchase price of $57,120 from Sunset Ford in Waterloo.
So, go ahead.
I did want to note, perfect timing with Rocky here, got mileage. So it is currently at 74,000 miles. Though engine hours are at 5,500, idle hours estimated at 2,800. So the engine on time miles equivalent, they have figured at about 167. It is a 2014 Ford Explorer that we'll be replacing.
So this is going to be used by whom?
This is going to go into the duty officer rotation vehicle that is replacing that Explorer that Mr. Schlosser just spoke of. The other vehicle is 10 years old and definitely is in need of replacing at this time.
So it's out in the parking lot. So who drove it here tonight?
Currently, Mr. Trustee Leonard has that vehicle.
Okay. So I've looked at the vehicle. It looks to be in nice, very nice condition. And, you know, so what is this vehicle going to cost after the purchase to outfit?
I budgeted up to $80,000 for the vehicle, so upfitting, I haven't gotten hard numbers on that yet. So waiting on the ideal to call out and get quotes for the upfitting of it.
And can you give an example of what the outfitting of this is going to look like?
Warning lights throughout, a camper shell on the truck bed, radios, center console, computer holder, frame. That should be about it. And then everything that equipment wise would go on the new truck would be transferred out of the Explorer.
Is this truck used for anything else besides transport back and forth? Is there anything like duty wise?
Typically with the duty officer, whoever is on board that rotational call, they'll be the first officer on scene to make command decisions. They also have a medical bag in there to support any type of medical response that they get called to. I know that they do have fire extinguishers. Fire extinguishers have been deployed on the first arriving duty officer in the past. It is mainly a quick response vehicle for an officer to get there to get eyes on the scene and start making command decisions before the apparatus arrives. So they can have a format of how they're going to make it.
To set up incident command as soon as they get.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
I have a silly question maybe, but was this bid out to Altenburg at all? Altenburg Ford?
No, I did not contact Offenberg on this one.
Okay. I was just thinking the ease of maintenance and.
Typically, we go through Morrow Brothers state bid. There's currently nothing on the lot. Doug was able to.
I'm sorry, Brian, we can't hear you down here. Can you say it again, please?
Typically, a lot of the vehicles get bought through Morrow Brothers, which is state bid.
Yeah.
Doug priced this against state bid, negotiated with them, and got us real close to state bid. This truck is actually an XLT instead of an XL, which would be what you would get on state bid, so that's why it is a little bit higher. But they have it in stock instead of waiting 6 months. And they have the color in stock.
Well, was the color not available in the state bid?
If you want to wait 6 months to get the vehicle.
Red must be popular.
Am I right in?
For government spec vehicles, everybody stocks white. I looked at, I was given a list of 4 different dealers to make contact with. I've reached out to all of them and looked at inventory. Everybody's got white. And just on a chance, I just went to Ford's website and typed in the option that I wanted, and Waterloo was the one that came in with the availability. So I reached out to them, talking about the options that were needed on the state bid, and this is the price that they came back with to match.
I'm curious.
If you buy a white truck and wrap it, it's $5,000 to wrap a truck.
Right, right.
So he's actually 2,500 to the good of trying to buy a white truck and wrap it to wrap.
And was the state bid for 250 or was it for 150
$250.
or 250?
There's some bonuses, in my opinion, to an F-250 over a F-150. Most F-150s, about 95% of what you're gonna find is an EcoBoost V6. If you follow any of what the truck issues are, turbo motors, they're putting small motors in, putting turbos to get the horsepower.
Sure.
They tend to fail, especially when you're gonna have lots of idle time on a vehicle.
Right.
Historically, if you can get a V8, which is gonna, in the F-150 model, is gonna probably drop you to 1 in 10 chances of finding one. And the larger motor in the F-250 is gonna hold up. We run similar vehicles in our business and I can get 300,000 miles out of them.
Very nice. Thank you.
All right, we have a motion.
I'll make a motion to forward it to the board.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion to close at 7:09.
Thank you, sir. Public Works, nothing. Cultural Committee, nothing, Mr. Lewis.
No, sir.
Swansea report.
Nothing at this time.
Okay. So we'll open the regular meeting at 7:10. Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Lewis present?
Trustee Lewis,
Present.
trustee Tuvena,
Present.
trustee Jablonski,
Present.
trustee Lanter,
Present.
trustee Pochet,
Present.
trustee McGuire.
Present.
I thank you. Before we get going, I do want to do a couple things like I did for the committee meetings, talk about the regular meeting for the people out watching on TV. We do the call of order, the pledge of allegiance, roll call, approval of the minutes, acceptance of the minutes from the park board. We have mayor's announcements after that. Then we have village attorney, village administrator announcements, and then we go to the department heads. After that, those comments by the department heads, then we go to the treasurer's report. And after that, we have public comment. Public can come in and seek to speak to the board. You have to sign a card for discussion, what you want to talk about. You get 3 minutes to come up and speak to the board. There's no conversation back and forth to keep things orderly. And a person can write a letter and submit it to the board where everybody would get a copy. After public comment, we go to the report of the committees where business is done under personnel, the finance, judiciary, community and economic development, public safety, public works, cultural committee, and then the Swansea report. After all those committees are done with their processes, we go to old business. Anything that come up under old business can be discussed. Anyone that has anything for new business can be discussed. Announcements by anyone on the board, followed by adjournment. So that's the process of the regular meeting, folks. So we'll get back to approval of the minutes. A motion by anyone?
I'll make a motion to accept the board minutes of July 7th, committee minutes of July 7th, and executive session personnel committee minutes of July 7th.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Can I have roll call, please?
Trustee Toovena,
Aye.
trustee Lewis,
Aye.
trustee Jablonski,
Aye.
trustee Lanter,
Aye.
trustee Pochet,
Aye.
trustee McGuire.
Aye.
Minutes of the park board. Charlie, do you have anything for us?
The minutes have been submitted. We did have a meeting. We have unfortunately had a resignation from one of our park board members due to a family situation. So we now have a total of 5 members. 9 are approved. Our next meeting will be on the 9th of August.
And as I understand from talking to the park board president, there may be 1 or 2 more resignations coming up in the near future. So anybody out in watching this online, if you're interested in serving as a member of the park board, if you would get online and send me a text to the mayor's email, give me a phone number, give me your information, and I will give you a call and we'll talk about your interest in serving on the park board. I'd like to see people step up and start doing that for us. And with that, we can keep the parks moving because we've got some nice parks and we've got Clinton Hills out there, which is a gem in the waiting.
Motion to accept or approve the park board minutes.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Let's do roll call again, please.
Trustee Lanter,
Aye.
trustee Toovena,
Aye.
trustee Jablonski,
Aye.
trustee Lewis,
Aye.
trustee Pochet,
Aye.
trustee McGuire.
All right, thank you. The next is mayor's announcements. I really don't have too much, but again, the park board thing, that's important. If you truly want to be involved, get in touch with me and we will talk, and I'll put you in touch with some people to talk about serving on the park board. Another thing that I'm going to start doing, hopefully next week, if not the week after, is when I ran for office, I did videos. Well, I'm going to start doing videos again, but it's not going to be a political video. It's going to be videos spotlighting our businesses, spotlighting the things in our community like Clinton Hills, the Moose Lodge, all the different places that we have in Swansea and different things going on. So keep your eye out for that. And from the Swansea website where we'll post those, we're going to share them to the mayor's page, and we're also going to share them to Swansea residents. So keep your eye out on that. Support Swansea businesses, and appreciate that. Next is village administrator, sir.
Thank you, Mayor. Handful of updates. First, Carrie has been very busy for quite a while now, but incredibly busy the last couple of weeks preparing for our auditors to come. They are finally going to be in the office this coming week. So we'll stay busy with that. Usually wrap up by, they'll probably wrap up here next week or the week after. Yeah. And then we'll be corresponding with them over the next probably month or so until that gets all wrapped up. Last week we had management training for all of our supervisors. We had attorney come in and provide sexual harassment training, updates on changes with changes in the Americans with Disabilities Act, importance of documentation, risk management, and a few other topics. Very valuable training for our directors and leadership positions. Plans have been submitted for 1803 North Illinois, currently under review. If you recall, that is the former CVS site. It's going to be a Royals Liquor with a gas station and a fast casual restaurant. They have yet to sign a fast casual restaurant. We're still waiting for details on that. I think they've already begun demo on the inside of the building. Okay, very good. Plans have been resubmitted for U-Haul If you recall, we approved a project last year for a 3-story iteration. Some of their plans have changed and they need to resubmit for that location. It's going to be a slightly different build, going from 3 stories to 1 stories. Keep your eyes peeled for that coming through planning and zoning here in the coming weeks. We're working on we worked on the job description for HR director. Appreciate you passing that new job description. The mayor and personnel chair have asked us to start crafting a new position for potentially community development / maybe some communications tasks. We're also looking at potentially adding a parks foreman, maybe hopefully a promotion from within, and eventually maybe a sewer foreman as well. So we're working on those. There was lots of new rulemaking in the new federal bill. We are still working on updates. The largest thing for us is probably going to be, a great deal of the funds that we receive from the state are actually pass-through grants from the federal government. We're going to see in a few areas in particular some diminishment of those grants. So we'll update you as those come and what that's going to look like for us down the road, as well as some potential taxing updates. We're exploring some new potential modules in Cassell. That is the software we use for accounts payable and sewer billing. We continue to have a lot of issues with PSN. That is our payment module that we are remotely receiving payments online from. Obviously, increasingly, that's a must-have, and a software and a program that works well and seamlessly for our residents is a priority. So we're looking at hopefully updating that. That is exacerbated by bills being late thanks to the U.S. Postal Service. So we're trying to handle that as we can. Additionally, if we do replace that, it has the ability to replace CitizenServe, which we currently use for permitting and a host of other tasks in building and zoning. Would be lovely if we could get that, get those all to play well nicely together in one unified system. So we've got some review going on there. We're going to look at some price comparisons. And we'll have a report back to you as soon as we have some recommendations.
Are you saying that Cassell does those things too?
Cassell has modules that can.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a look and see if they might not work for us. We've been having a lot of issues with PSN payments lately, and the timing for residents, particularly with shutoffs, it's not palatable. So we're gonna do what we can to get some improvement there.
So with that really quick, because I got quite a few complaints about that in particular, are we going to, like as far as late fees and things of that nature are concerned, what are we gonna do involving that?
It is unfortunate that bills cannot be mailed on a timely basis thanks to the Postal Service, and obviously we don't have control over that. What we tell residents is, when bills are coming out every month, we invite them to call up to the office. You can always call up here and inquire about your bill. You also have the ability to get online and access your bill. Ultimately, it is our position is the resident's responsibility to take one of those actions. If the mail is not coming, they still need to endeavor to figure out what their bill is and get it paid on time. In extreme circumstances, the village has always been trying to work as well as we can with residents, but certainly timeliness of payments for our utilities is important. So we'll continue working with residents as we can. I invite the park board chair and park board member, Charlie, here to meet with the mayor and I with Heartland's Laura Lyon tomorrow for a kickoff meeting for our new planning process for all our parks, but an emphasis on a master plan for Clinton Hills. So we're very excited to get that started. I've also been hearing from a lot of concerns from residents regarding yard waste pickup. Schedule has been off, or they've missed a week of pickup. So I've reached out to Republic to try and get some resolution on that. I will call our rep and expect to have that discussion still this week. So I'll provide updates as they come. Also at the last meeting, I let you know that we would be having a new contract coming our way for our energy aggregation program. We did sign a new contract that does not go into effect until the beginning of December. My hope is sometime in August, we will have our energy consultant, Steve Bryant, come in, talk about the program, talk about the new contract, have it all recorded as a resource for residents moving forward. Hopefully that'll eliminate questions and any confusion in the future. I think that's all I have for now, Mr. Mayor.
Did you want to update on?
Yes, thank you. We have, I've got an update that I don't have much of an update. We've had a couple points of contact back and forth recently with District 201 regarding the potential agreement we would have for the future TIF district and business district. Well, this is specifically for the TIF district for the new Triple Lakes development. Originally, we were in the original conversations, we met with the now previous superintendent of 201, Brian Menser, expressed an interest in the TIF and working with the village on that contract. He then said he would be advocates for us to the other school districts, 118 and 110. With a change in leadership there, conversation kind of stalled. We've had some conversations between PGAV, our economic development consultants, and the new superintendent and their attorney, Kurt Schrader. Last conversation we had was just kind of an update on the structure of what an agreement would look like. He was going to bring that back to his board for discussion, and we're still waiting on a secondary response from him on that. So no real ground has been made necessarily, but conversations continue.
Yeah, does it?
In the meantime, PGAV, our consultant, does continue work on creating that TIF and business district as passed by this board.
All right, thank you, sir. One more thing before I move on, I forgot to mention, July 25th, is that right, for planning and zoning?
Yes, sir.
At 5:30, there's a planning and zoning meeting. The subject topic will be group homes. So if you're interested in that, you can come to the meeting here, or can we get this on our Facebook too?
We don't have a Facebook page.
Facebook page.
Well, I mean, or
It is
stream.
it is posted on our website.
Okay, we'll be streaming that meeting also. Moving on, Public Works, sir.
I have nothing in addition to my written report as submitted earlier. Thank you.
Rick, what's with the vandalism that's listed in your report? Is that?
It's just ongoing, continuing all the time. A lot of it happens down here at Full Avenue Trailhead Park. We get a lot of spray paint at Mount Price Park.
Do we have any ability of putting up cameras? Do we have cameras?
We have cameras, and mainly they'll show you that it happened, but it's really hard to put a finger on somebody that actually did the damage. I mean, we do have cameras. I thought just the mere presence of cameras would be enough to deter people from shenanigans, but apparently not. The bathrooms we have those locked up. The police department locks those up for us in the evenings, and our employees unlock them in the mornings. But these people get in there before they're locked and just make a mess out of them. They set stuff on fire and jam the toilets, and we just.
So when you say these people, are those the people who are the unhoused population? Are they people using the trail?
It could be anybody. We have no idea. It could be anybody. And we have, at this restroom in particular, we did have large piles of clothing and stuff like that. So I would say there is some of that activity is coming from homeless, but probably not all of it. Just honoring us. Out at Schron's Park, we have people smearing mud all over our splash pad building, just honoring us.
Just to be mean. Just to be mean.
Yes.
Just like the kids that were going around knocking and kicking garage doors and windows and the knock, or what do they call that? I forgot what it's called, but whatever it is, it's stupid.
Yeah.
So no, within that, I definitely understand, possible concerns with the unhoused population, but it would be foolish to believe that it is merely the unhoused population going around spray painting thing.
Yeah.
Those two things don't necessarily work.
Well, I think you add it all up and it's like we have a lack of respect for Swansea And we need to, as a board, address that and try to come up with solutions. Because if we're spending time when we should be, working on critical projects for our village, we're out taking care of graffiti or mud that's being smeared at our splash pad. It's like, there's a lack of respect for our community. So that's to me the bigger concern.
Well, I mean, honestly, more than anything else, it's great for us as a board to do this type of thing. But truthfully, trustee Tuvino, if you have an idea, please bring it up. If not, I don't understand. Everybody is honestly doing the best that they can. I greatly appreciate the police department. I greatly appreciate, everyone cleaning up after this and everything like that.
Well, it seems like a potentially an item for the culture committee for discussion.
Hey, with that being the case, again, I said, sir, if you have an idea, please bring an idea to me, please. That's all I'm saying more than anything else. So making a complaint means nothing.
Oh, I'm just responding to what's in the report. I mean,
And I put that in there just so you all are aware of some of the time and the effort that we have to spend cleaning up after these type of events.
I mean, it's like between what appears to be weed notices and board ups and graffiti, it's like that's taking time from other critical activities.
It does.
So
It does, but the hard part of that is the coppers could drive by and they might see somebody not doing a thing, and they get seen. As soon as they drive off to another area, another call, they could be doing right then. I wish there was an absolute solution, but all we can do is aggressive patrol and keep at it. And then ask our people in town to keep an eye out too, and to call the police when they see something that's not right.
We'll always take help.
And parents talk to their kids. We know the knock on the doors and the windows and the garage doors are kids. They've taken pictures of themselves, for goodness sakes. Just absolute craziness. Okay, thank you, Rick.
Thank you.
And one more thing before I move on to the next one. I forgot to bring this up. Tomorrow at 12:30 at the Arvella Open House, that's the old Rosewood Village nursing home. There's new ownership there, and they're going to have a ribbon cutting and open house. Ben and I are going to be going. I just got this today. And they're inviting anybody else in the board here that would like to stop by, please do so.
When did you say it was?
It starts at 12 to 3. The ribbon cutting is going to be at 12:30.
And that's tomorrow.
Yes. Moving on, police department.
In addition to the monthly stats for you, I'll be coming to the next meeting with a swearing in. You've already authorized us to replace a position, and this gentleman will be allowed to transfer for us. So that'll be on the next agenda for you folks. We are also in the process of doing a background on a completely new police officer, as well as another lateral who is separating from the military. So we're getting close to getting all those positions filled. It's starting to get promising, but we'll see when we get there.
If we get all 3, aren't we still 1?
Technically, we're 1 because he's in the academy, so
Right.
that actually will bring us to.
Okay.
That was my bad.
Still short on the street until he gets out.
We won't be full on the street till at least the spring of next year.
Good progress.
Good progress.
Thank you, Chief.
Good job.
Fire department.
hold on, I got a question. Sorry, Mayor. Is that kind of what's attributed to the roughly 20% decline year to year in the officer initiated calls? I imagine is that due to manpower?
Yeah, we are running short quite often, and that's why you'll notice that our expenses related to our salaries is down.
Yeah.
Short officers.
So it's affecting our ability to do all the things that we're saying we need to keep an eye on because we don't have the bodies out there.
We are answering the calls that come in, and we don't have a ton of time to do self-initiated activity.
Thank you, Chief.
Chief?
53 calls for the month of June. So fairly busy, and again, I appreciate all the paid-on-call firefighters that are giving up their time to help our community and our citizens. All the other reports have been filed with you, but like I brought up last meeting, I did want to point out that our brush truck is now fully in service. I did include a little snippet of information for your review in the packet. I would like to thank Rick and Dave from the street department. They helped us a lot on getting some of this mounted and some fabrication that needed to be done to complete the process of putting this truck together. Also, thank you to all the other people and the board for assisting us in getting this vehicle. Thank you.
All right, Chief, thank you. Building and zoning, sir.
Okay, just on the report, the pretty status quo information permits are down a little bit. The department activity here with the code cases open and closed, that, maybe slightly less than last time, but still generally status quo. I do want to provide several updates with some things. First point of mention is kind of the sign enforcement push that we did the last several weeks. I know we got a lot of backlash. Many people took it well, a lot of others didn't, but the initial push was kind of identifying the low-hanging fruit of sign violations. So that's affixed to roofs and trees and poles and fences and the inflatables and banners and so forth. So got a lot of correction. If you take a trip all the way from top to bottom on 159, you'll see how much different it looks without all those signs in the way. So I want to specifically thank Kelly, the code enforcement officer. She really was the one who went out and handled it and dealt with the aggrieved people and so forth. So kudos to her, but a big push on sign enforcement. With that being said, there are others out there I'm aware of. We're in the process of addressing it. I'm trying to handle certain things with a little bit of tact, but I'm well aware of others. So second thing moving down the list is just the CVS site, old CVS site redevelopment. It's called Royals Market. So yes, I did meet the owner and their engineer / design professional there. I want to say mid to early of last week. Walked through the whole building. They submitted some plans that were inadequate, so we thought maybe let's visit the site, walk it, see where we're at, and just get clear between me, the owner, and the engineer. So we did that. I gave them the okay to start some interior demo. They needed to do the demo before they can really give me proper plans for all the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing work that needs to take place. So demo is continuing. In addition to the interior demo, the gentleman doing the canopy and the tanks underground for the gas station component, he'll start working in the parking lot area about the interior demo and the tank work is going to mesh somewhat, but he secured all his permits through the Office of the State Fire Marshal. So he'll get rolling. And once demo is done and I get the proper plans, we'll cut the building permit and the actual construction of the site will start. So anyways, you'll see the dumpsters out there. So that one is moving. I want to address Jennings Station Phase 1. Everyone's probably aware that there's been complaints and concerns about the heavy vehicles on the road, and I've addressed that with the individual working on the improvements, the developer directly. I hope we're on the straight and narrow at this point. Ultimately, the project is continuing though. So the temp access road is being used. Occasionally there's issues, but it is still being used. Whether we 100% believe it or not, I know for a fact they are using it. And then
The temporary road?
the temporary road from.
Yeah, I went by there today
Okay.
and the streets were clear of mud. There's nothing back there. They've even got that area that from the field to the, was it Ramsfield? They got that blocked off with 4 or 5 tons of rock. So you couldn't get through there if you had to right now.
I wasn't aware of that one, but okay. But, the stage of that is that the sanitary sewers have been complete. TWM has done 4 stages of inspections. So they go out there, take pictures, see the guys doing the work, take the pictures, document the findings, and then send all that to me. So with the sanitary sewer for Phase 1, 4 sets of inspections, 4 sets of reports filed. So we know that that's being constructed properly. Hopefully, with the proper inspections done, we're eliminating any issues a year down the road, or 2 or 5, or how other things kind of transpire. I hope we can kind of
resolve that at this stage. The next stage for Jennings Station is going to be the storm sewer install. So kind of weather dependent on how sloppy and muddy it is out there, but that's the next goal, is to start storm sewer. I want to give an update on Jennings Station, generally speaking, going well, but nothing more than that. Kinder Care, that's the one corporate drive on the corner of Corporate and 159.
Yes.
Just wanted to provide an update that is coming along. I'm sure everybody sees movement out there every day. Kinder Care, so going smoothly. The rough inspections are almost complete. I know several have been done. Typically, if we go in there for a mechanical, electrical, plumbing, or building rough inspection, identify a few things, give the guys some time to complete it. We come back out, make sure it's done. Then that stage is complete. They move on to insulation, drywall, finishes. So roughs are almost complete. Once drywall and finishes take place, they expect a end of August completion on the building. Kinder Care will come in and kind of spec it out to their liking, and then Kinder Care to take it over and become operational the end of September is the goal. So that one's moving along nicely though.
Dan, were you able to talk to them about their signage with regards to referencing that they are Kinder Care Fairview Heights as opposed to Kinder Care Swansea? If we're gonna do all the work, let's get a little credit.
The sign is leaned over right now, so I don't know if that,
Yeah, I don't know if the storm did it or
I
if they
don't
were
know.
like, oh, just push this down, but
Go with the storm.
Yeah, well,
I'm
no,
gonna say it
I was
might be.
actually hopeful that it was you. I mean, I'm like,
I
well,
didn't personally
they
do it.
tipped it
but-
over, so
no.
they know they made a flub up.
And I think when I looked at it, what it is that it's their website. So it's their quick URL that will direct them to that location. So it's probably going to take more than the signage. They're going to have to do a URL redirect, but don't let them tell you they can't do that. They can.
I'm sure they can. And
Excellent.
I think you mentioned that last time, Brian. I forgot to mention that.
That's
too.
all right. I saw it leaned over, so I figured it was in process.
Yep. To just touch base on what Ben mentioned with the U-Haul, I've been speaking with them. They have a kind of real estate component to U-Haul who submits the plans, and then the U-Haul representative is kind of the point person between us and them. So I have the plans to go back to P&Z, the code. I want to make sure I'm dotting all the I's and crossing the T's this time before I bring something back to P&Z. So what they just submitted to me, a couple things need to be addressed. So I've already sent that out to them. Once I get the corrections in place, I'll get them on the P&Z document. So, but that is moving. So
What is the reason that they're going from a 3-story to a 1-story?
that I don't know. What he told me is old plan out, new plan in.
My subsidence on the site.
And they've had, I was the chair of the appropriate committee at that time, and they said that they've had experience in other states with subsidence, and the 3-story building actually, sunk. And so even with the mine subsidence fund that we have here in the state of Illinois, they didn't want to take that risk.
Even an inch, inch or two, and all of a sudden the garage doors for all the renters aren't opening.
Yep.
Considerable risk.
And so, what did I also say? There was also initial, as I'm understanding, initial concern about that property being accessed from Parkway. So they've changed that. That's going to be a gated entrance, not the primary entrance, but a gate will be there. The primary entrance appears on the plans to be off 159. There's an existing road there. Assume that'll be stripped.
Plus, there's 2 residents on that they'll be owning. One will be a in-house site manager living there. And the other one is, they're going to keep it to use for corporate people who may come in. So they're going to keep those up and fix them up.
Cool. It's moving in the right direction. One more blank space here that's going to be filled with something. So presumably, so we'll see how that plays out. Okay, that's kind of it for the project updates. I do want to bring 2 additional things to your attention. One is I tried to work on this problem property list. I wanted to get a little more appealing term for it than just that. So I'm titling it the Special Property Oversight List. So on that list that was provided in the packet are just a couple of the dilapidated, forgotten about, abandoned, blown out windows, disgusting pools, properties of those descriptions. So that's what the list is here, the current action taken. The goal here to be able to take these places over is we have to have consistent action over the years. So when I went back and pulled up liens for all these properties to see, well, I've been told these have been sitting here for years. We must have 10 grand of liens accumulated on all of them. Hardly of them have it. If I have $1,000 in liens in this list, I'd be shocked. So
Is that because it wasn't getting done or it expired?
I'd say the first one is probably closer to reality. But I don't know. What I want to try to do is identify the best path and quickest path forward to get these addressed and do that for the foreseeable future. So all these on the list, they've been hit hard. Several of them are already in court going through that process. So when we send out notice for grass and so forth, and the grass goes uncut, Public Works will cut the grass, we send out the bill, they don't pay the bill, we put a lien on the property. So, if the grass cutting only costs $100, we're probably not gonna foreclose on a property for $100 worth of liens. So we have to have the action constant. Others were able to kind of rack up liens a little quicker than some. I think that my goal here for these ones is we want to run them through the traditional process. It's notice of violation, the date the compliance date goes, we're out there that day, and we send it to court. There's a judgment made in court, presumably a fee. Owner will get a time to pay that fee. As soon as that time expires, we lien the fee. So, or we lien the court. So, in addition to the other action we take on the property. So, we have to have liens, then we can foreclose on liens, take the places over, and have a way with them. Basically. So that's the goal, but brief description of what's taking place with the properties. Any specific questions, I'm happy to answer them. If there's other properties I didn't address, let me know. I'll take a look at them and see where we stand.
So what happened with 312 Lotus last week?
Last week, I had
It says the court date was 7/16.
Yeah, I reached out to the attorney with an update on that. I haven't heard back. I talked to him in his office as well about what's taking place, which judgments are set, and communication has just not been great. So that's another reason why liens haven't been accumulated, is that we're not getting the proper follow-up from the result of court. So then we don't do anything with it, and it just sits. So we hit it again with the other process, and then the same thing kind of happens. At least that's my assumption of what's taking place.
Sounds logical, which I think we need to try to fix that.
Mhm.
That's the goal.
So with that, I just want to say thank you for actually dotting the i's and crossing the t's regarding that, and explaining the process a little bit more so that citizens are actually aware of the fact that there is something that we're in the process of doing now. So it can't just happen overnight type of situation. So I want to say again, thank you for handling that. I also want to say thank you to the street department in reference to taking care of, the grass and things of that nature, and you guys working together to get Swansea moving forward. It is a process, and you guys are doing a great job at actually getting it going. So I want to say thank you.
Glad to do it. I'm almost done. Quick update on Lotus specifically, and that is that I had when we send out the notice and it goes unresponded to, basically we can make some corrective actions. Now, we got to foot the bill initially, but we have the right to do so. Send the owner a bill. When the bill goes unpaid, we file a lien. So Lotus, I just had a company come and cut a bunch of dead trees, get the overgrowth, get the vines off the place, cut down the weeds, trim the bushes. If you want to drive by it, granted, the board up still look like board up, but the overgrowth is significantly better. So that's just an example of, we're going to take action on these. We just got to run through the process, and eventually when the liens accumulate to where legal says, yes, now's the time, we're at a point where it makes sense, then we're going to proceed with foreclosure. So that's really it on this special property oversight list. Any others I'm happy to look at, just send them my way. That's great. Thanks, Tim. So, one more thing. Last thing.
You just said that.
I said I'm almost done. All right, so the vacant building registry, this is the one I attached the second meeting of last month as well. We haven't got the updated, but I just wanted to explain what's taking place and how we're making it better. So the list here has 3 contact attempts. So initially, when UniReg is the third-party administrator of the vacant building registry, when they get noticed there's a vacant building, they're sending out correspondence, just constant. So they're gonna get 1 letter. If they get no answer, they send another. If they get no answer, they send a letter. So they can have, the 3 attempts could be done in 3 weeks. It just depends. So then at that point, it goes to the surpass staging process is how they've termed it. Once that takes place, we know that nothing's happened. They're not responding to the registry. They're not responding to us. Now we have our way at that point. So I just had a Zoom call with the administration of MuniReg. I sent in the ordinance and I say, we need our correspondence to match this ordinance exactly. That's why we made it. And I see that, the terminology of the letter is not matching, timelines are not matching, and so forth. So we talked it all over, and ultimately the leader, I forgot the title of MuniReg, is going to peel through the ordinance. He has some recommended changes that, just for the sake of clarity and ease, that he's going to recommend that we alter in that ordinance. So if they make sense and appear to me that they make the process better, I'm probably going to present those changes. So nonetheless, though, the overall theme is that the registry, it's working. We're collecting our $125 fee every time they register, and they're aware that we're not going to let the properties sit forever. So we're working this. Expect some updates and changes in the near future to make it better, but we're on the way.
Good job. Way to go.
Thank you.
Keep at it. Before I move on to the treasurer's report on this July 25th meeting for the planning and zoning about the group homes, I just want to announce that we will have the village attorney there that night, so he can discuss and talk about the legal ramifications that have to be considered, which are quite in-depth and lengthy. So we will have the village attorney there that night too. Moving on, treasurer's report.
Thanks, Mayor. Treasury report. As of June 30th, 2025, fund number 1, the general fund, had a balance of $7,342,941.49. Fund 3, the ARPA account, had a balance of $158,386.46. Fund 6, motor fuel, had a balance of $1,522,137.57. Fund 11, the Rural King District, had a balance of $242,559.47. Fund 12, the 159 Bold Business District, had a balance of $1,800,967.42. Fund 13, the 2501 Redevelopment Area Fund, had a balance of $197.80. Fund 14, which is our TIF number 1, had a balance of $1,904,077.10. Fund 15, which is TIF number 2, had a balance of $265,789.09. Fund 21, Sewer Operation and Maintenance, had a balance of $661,226.91. Fund 22, the Sewer Capital Replacement Account, had a balance of $7,830,415.99. Fund 25, Search Reserve, had a balance of $736,375.12. Fund 97, the Capital Fund, had a balance of $194,679.95. Fund 99, the Capital and Maintenance Fund, had a balance of $2,731,579.45 for a grand total of all funds of $25,391,333.82.
Make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Jablonski,
Aye.
trustee Tuvena,
Aye.
trustee Lewis,
Aye.
trustee Pochek,
Aye.
trustee Lanter,
Aye.
trustee McGuire.
Aye.
All right, thank you, sir. Next item is public comment. We have a request from Richard Rocky McDonald.
I've got some research. I'm going to talk to somebody else about it.
Okay, sir, thank you.
I'll bring it back.
All right. And the next request is Mike Anderson.
Mayor, I just want to tell you and been, and I've noticed that 159 and the 161 is just a lot better. It's, you know, it doesn't look like we're driving through, I'm not any towns or any trouble. But, I just had a question about the budget, only, I don't really understand. Do we have a shortfall in the budget? Are we in the hole or no, or I'm just, you know, to lose that kind of money, I know in my business, I'd be out of business. You know, I'm just trying to figure out this, I mean, I don't understand you saying there is, right?
Want me to answer that?
Yes, please.
So really right now, it's a timing issue primarily. So we've got over the course of the year, we moved money from the general fund into the capital fund to make capital purchases. We just made a large capital transfer that represents a lot of the red that you see at the 280. So I think we transferred to 215. So that's a huge chunk of it, number one. Number two, we had a couple of one-time large payments that came earlier in the year than we expected. So it throws off the revenue to expense balance. And we're late, we just have not received our expected real estate payments yet. So
It just kind of concerned me, you know, I seen it and nobody was, you know, really answering it, but that makes sense. I mean,
yeah, we're
6 months, I mean, what, 2 more months we'll know?
correct. Yeah, a lot of this stuff, I don't want to say comes out the wash, but as timing settles over the course of the year, it flattens out a bit and you have a much better impression. Right now, this really is primarily a timing.
It's just kind of concerning when I seen it. I was like, oh,
yeah.
all right.
Year to date, we're only.
Thank you, sir.
74,000.
I'm sorry?
Year to date, we're not that far. This just last month you're referring to. Year to date, we're like 74,000.
Correct.
Hey, Mike, I was on my bike again on the trails, but I do want to get together with you and go out in that one area you were talking about.
Can get that. Now, them I can clearly say are the unhoused.
Okay.
That area back there where you picked up.
Well, I'll get together with you and we can go out. Thank you, sir. Report of committees, personnel.
Thank you, Mayor. The first thing I have is a travel request. This is for Finance Manager Carrie Spirits for the IGFOA Annual Conference in Springfield, September 15th through the 17th. The estimated cost, including conference fees, hotel, and additional expenses, is $714. I'd like to make a motion to approve this request.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Trustee Tuvenar,
Aye.
Trustee Lewis.
Aye.
Trustee Jablonski.
Aye.
Trustee Lanter.
Aye.
Trustee Pojek.
Aye.
Trustee McGuire.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Mayor. Next, I have a resignation from firefighter Cody Kudelka. Look at that. And I'd like to make a motion to accept the resignation, please.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Motion passes.
Thank you, Mayor. Next is the approval of a job description for Director of Human Resources. I'd like to make a motion to approve the job description as written.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Questions? Let's do roll call on that again.
Trustee Lewis.
Aye.
Trustee Jablonski.
Aye.
Trustee Tuvenar.
Aye.
Trustee McGuire.
Aye.
Trustee Pojek.
Aye.
Trustee Lanter.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Mayor. Next, in conjunction with that change in job description, I have a Village of Swansea pay rate notification for Christina Empress, which would include the amount of $100,000 annually at a previous rate of $90,000. I'd like to make a motion to approve that.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Questions? Roll call, please.
Trustee Lewis.
Aye.
Trustee Tuvenar.
No.
Trustee Jablonski.
Aye.
Trustee Lanter.
Aye.
Trustee Pojek.
No.
Trustee McGuire.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next item, please.
Can I have a resolution number, please?
1-2693.
And Mayor, my apologies. This is the first time I've had to do a resolution. So can you help me walk through on how to do this, please?
Okay, certainly. You'll ask to read resolution number 1-2693 by title only.
Thank you so much. Do I make a motion for that? Is that what that is?
Yes.
Thank you so much. So a motion to read resolution number 1-2693 by title only.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 1-2693, a resolution approving a pay rate increase for part-time duty officer firefighters from $15 per hour to $19 per hour.
Okay, now you'll make a motion to accept and approve.
Okay. So using the
Number, yes.
number.
Yes.
So I'd like to make a motion to accept resolution number 1-2693
And approve.
and declare it passed. Thank you so much.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Questions? Roll call, please.
Trustee Tuvenall,
No, due to budget.
trustee Jablonski,
Aye.
trustee Lewis,
Aye.
trustee Lanter,
I abstain.
trustee Pochet,
Aye.
and trustee McGuire.
Aye.
Motion passes. Moving on, Finance Committee.
I will make a motion to pay the bills in the amount of $298,914.49. Have the funds drawn from the proper accounts.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Questions? Roll call, please.
Trustee McGuire,
Aye.
trustee Lanter,
Aye.
trustee Pochet,
Aye.
trustee Lewis,
Aye.
trustee Tuvenall,
Aye.
trustee Jablonski.
Aye.
Motion passes. Anything else, Matt?
No, sir.
Judiciary Committee, we have nothing on the agenda. Community and Economic Development.
This is second reading. I will make a motion to read ordinance 1992 by title only.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ordinance number 1992, an ordinance amending section 150.004 of the Code of Ordinances, Table of Fees.
I'll make a motion to accept ordinance 1992 and declare it passed.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Questions? Roll call, please.
Trustee Lanter,
Aye.
trustee Tuvenall,
Aye.
trustee Lewis,
Aye.
trustee Jablonski,
Aye.
trustee Pochet,
Aye.
trustee McGuire.
Aye.
Motion passes. Public Safety, sir.
I'll make a motion, we read resolution 1-2694 by title only.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution number 1-2694, a resolution accepting the price quotation of $21,115.08 submitted by Axon Enterprise Incorporated, 17800 North 85th Street, Scottsdale, Arizona, 85255, for 3 in-car video recording systems, camera mounts, and cloud-based data storage for the Swansea Police Department to safely and effectively carry out their duties.
I'll make a motion to accept resolution 1-2694 by title only and declare it passed.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Questions? Roll call, please.
Trustee Lewis,
Aye.
trustee Jablonski,
Aye.
trustee Tuvenall,
Aye.
trustee Lanter,
Aye.
trustee Pochet,
Aye.
trustee McGuire.
Aye. I'll make a motion, we read resolution 1-2695 by title only.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Resolution number 1-2695, a resolution authorizing the purchase of a new 2025 Ford Super Duty F-250 SRW for a Swansea Fire Department duty vehicle at a purchase price of $57,120 from Sunset Ford of Waterloo, 1425 Waterloo, Illinois, 62298.
Make a motion to accept reading of resolution 1-2695 by title only and declare it passed.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Trustee Lewis,
No.
trustee Toovanaugh,
No, there's nothing wrong with the current vehicle.
trustee Jablonski,
Aye.
trustee Lanter,
I abstain.
trustee Pochek,
Aye.
and trustee McGuire.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Next item, Public Works. There's nothing requested at this time. Cultural Committee, nothing. Swansea report, nothing.
For the Swansea report, I just wanted to let you know that I'm working with the village to find some bids so that we can look at that from a budgetary standpoint. I know your desire was to expand it. We talked about it. And so we're working on getting some bids to see what that would look like to impact the budget.
Very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. You got something, Ben?
What were the votes on the?
2 no, 3 yay. Does it have to be 4? I don't think so.
Majority.
Yes, it does pass.
I thought it passed.
Yeah, no, it's majority.
Majority.
Yeah, 3 out of 6 is majority.
We had 1 abstain.
So, well,
Yeah, it's a no vote. Well, then I'll fix it. As the mayor, I vote aye.
all right, that's all you need to do. It's all stuff that you've done right.
Well, I'm not sure that's not right, but we'll find out. That's why we need an attorney here at the meetings.
Yes, you do.
We agree on something. Old business, is there any old business?
There was one thing, oddly enough, I wasn't here last meeting. I actually wanted to report based on a meeting I had regarding the unhoused population, as well as mental health professionals. A part of the reason why more unhoused people have been in this area is because one of the main areas that were housing the unhoused took a vacation, more or less, to rebuild their system and things of that nature. Within that, I have future meetings coming up regarding that, as well as I wanted to mention the fact that the unhoused population is a nationwide issue, not just plaguing Swansea, and all things that can be done will be done, as well as, Swansea continuously to just move forward and finding some solution to it.
All right,
Old business still?
old business still.
I spoke with Chief Blumberg. He did a soft poll of staff. Right now, it's kind of a moot point, but it seems that there will not be any issues if we do come up with a bonus incentive for laterals. So I was gonna speak with staff and see if we can at least have something in case we need it to bring to the board. Right now, it sounds promising that we've got some laterals, but if not, if for some reason they don't come through, I would like to have an option.
Okay. Would you briefly explain that for the audience out there?
Yeah, it would be like a referral bonus from our officers. Hopefully, we could get our officers to help promote promotion of getting other officers to leave their current departments and come here. We hold our officers in high regard, figuring that they would be able to possibly bring other officers that we would excel here. So,
Some sort of recruitment incentive.
yeah, so
I understand.
incentive. Yeah,
Yeah, based on the fact that an officer's gonna bring somebody in he trusts and.
yeah. So just another tool to try and have if we need it.
Got it. Understand.
I got one other thing on, sorry, be new business.
Well, okay, go ahead.
Under old business, just real quick, Dan, you said that U-Haul's gonna go to planning and zoning, so that will probably be September.
Likely will be September. I don't really intend to continue on with this special meeting thing that I've been doing. I mean, I'm able to convene them as their schedules allow, but it just
Yeah,
kind of.
it's not gonna be in the August meeting was really my question. Yeah.
I'm gonna do whatever's previously said. I think it's September 9th, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, unlikely at this point.
Yeah,
Probably not.
okay. And I guess the comment was made that the Explorer Fire Department vehicle we're replacing is in good shape, and I would definitely counter that. I mean, it has pretty high mileage. The air conditioning doesn't work very well. The transmission is slipping. The driver's seat needs to be replaced because the springs are sticking out of it. The panel on the door is falling off. I mean, to say that's in really, really, really good shape, I think it was terribly off base. The vehicle is worn out. So.
Okay, thank you. Anything under new business?
Just to kind of let everybody know, staff is working on a parks foreman job description. That was one of the things I've been meeting with Rick and Dave and trying to figure out to have some direction, because most of the year you've got a whole bunch of people we hire in for summer help, somebody to help direct them and be in the parks on a regular basis. So just to let everybody know that we're working on a job description for that.
And it'd be a working supervisor.
Yeah, working supervisor.
Yeah, we would be transferring one of our current positions into that role. So we would not be creating a new position.
Right, just, it'd be a working supervisor. We're out there anyway, so. And if you get out to Clinton Hills, you'll see how much there is out there to take care of. In fact, Rick, I'll still go out there and cut. I like that zero turn stuff.
Come on anytime.
I will.
Make your videos on that.
I'll be making one of my own.
I got one at home. I get around that thing pretty good. Announcements, any announcement?
I'm sorry, but can we go back? One other thing was.
Yes.
So we, I don't know when it was, May or June, we added the comments or I guess public participation section on the agendas for the committee and board meetings. But we never really discussed them. I talked to Stephanie about these and she basically kind of copied these from somebody else, from another municipality. And so I just thought it would be worth us, I think, bringing up one part that this group has never really discussed or agreed to. And the other is a correction. So on the committee meetings, actually, let me go back. Both of them say the individual public comment period shall not exceed 10 minutes. So to me, that seems short. But, again, I think it's really just, something for us. But not asking for a decision tonight, I just think it's something we should consider. Because I think that maybe that should be longer. If you have 3 people come up, and I don't know that that's going to really satisfy people if we have, a contentious issue. So that's something that's on both of them. The other thing is I think the one on the committee needs a little bit of working because it says the mayor shall determine the order of the speakers when really that needs to be individual committee chairman. They're running those individual meetings. So that just needs to be
Yeah, I agree with you.
So.
And we said from the beginning, this was going to be something that's going to be tweaked as we go.
Yeah. Just something we never really talked about. So I thought it would be good for at least everybody to give that some thought and we can shoot that.
We have something that is technically under old business in reference to cultural committee some time ago regarding how board meetings, so I can have something prepared for the board regarding that by next meeting.
Okay, very good. Like I said, we'll keep tweaking and as things come in with the online stuff, we'll tweak that. The whole purpose is to get everything orderly and smooth and running. Any announcements from anyone? Motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, we're adjourned.
Plugging me.